Hello everyone, my name is Logan Clair, and I am here today to talk to you about the mythical origins of Japan. Now, Japan being a set of islands nation means that it and its people have been pretty remote from the rest of the world since the people have been around. And so they have a unique set of beliefs, of values, and what I'm talking about is their origin. Now, it's different from many other origin stories. Like many others, it has a religious feel to it. It's the start of a religion. Shintoism is what it's called in Japan. Um, so basically, the gist of their origin story is that it talks about how all the different gods and goddesses came to be, and what they each rule over, and yeah, and where they came from. Now, what really stood out to me while I was researching this is how many different gods and goddesses there are. There are a ton. Like I can't even count how many there are. And they all came to be in different, all sorts of, some strange, some normal ish. It's a myth after all, ways. And also all the different things that each god and goddess preside over. Now, also, I was interested in how much this origin story affects Japan, present, past, and future. It's been around. This myth has been around since at least over 1,000 years, and people still um, reference it and talk about it. And I'm sure they'll continue talking about it for years to come. Now, a brief summary of the origin story, well, less brief than before, is that there were three original deities that ruled over Earth, and they created two main ones, Izanagi and Izanami. These two created the islands of Japan. They were given a spear, they pulled Japan out of the ocean. Then they built a palace for them to have their wedding and a pillar that reached the heavens. They tried many times to have children, but they were unsuccessful. When they finally approached the three original deities, they were told to do it in a certain manner. Um, the Izanami was the one that had spoken first, and that was incorrect. So when she didn't speak first, they had kids, and so those children became all the islands of Japan. And then she also gave birth to different deities of nature. Now, things were going well until Izanami gave birth to the fire deity, which injured her during childbirth, and she unfortunately died due to her injuries. Now, Izanagi was so upset about this that he actually ended up killing the fire deity, his own son, which in turn created other deities. So, Izanagi longed for his wife, so he went to the underworld to find her. And he did find her, but not in the best of states. She was well, she told him not to look at her because if he looked at her, then that would enrage her. And he lit up the darkness, and he saw her, and she was torn apart, covered in maggots, just a mess. And she was upset that he saw her like this, so she chased him out of the underworld. Now, just as Izanagi escaped, and he threw a large rock over the hole to close off the underworld, and Izanami shouted at him that she would kill 1,000 people of Japan every day. But Izanagi said, well, then I'll have 1,500 be born. And so that is where the belief that, always more people are being born than dying every day in Japan comes from. Now, that's just like a basic overview of the story. What's more important to me, I feel, is how respected and understood the the story still is. Like people, the whole religion of Shintoism revolves around this belief that these gods and goddesses and these other minor gods named kami, which make up the whole universe or the whole earth, originally came from. And I just thought it was really interesting that even if you don't identify as Shintoist, I guess, in Japan, then you're still surrounded by Shintoism and kami. All the Shinto shrines, it's in pop culture everywhere. You can't really get away from it. And overall, I just thought that this origin story was really interesting because some cultures seem to forget their origin story, but it seems like in Japan that it sticks around and that the whole culture is kind of built off of it. And I thought that was really interesting, and I look forward to learning even more as I do more research. So thank you for listening, and see you later.